All right, we are back to finish out the first half of the 2025 season. I always laugh when I say the year because it's just mind blowing. We're so far in the future, but we're gonna finish. We just drafted in our last episode, made quite a few pitcher picks. I'm gonna sneeze here for a second. I think. Nope, never mind. But I will take a sip of my water. So we're back to finish out the first half. And please, remind me. And by remind me, note to self, my intros and outros are so cumbersome, so long. So why do I do this to myself? So we're going to hop into it right away. We have a few games left in the first half, and by a few, I mean literally two. I don't think we looked at the last game that we had won. Bohm and Gonzalez both went 3 for 5. Tucker and Hayes went 2 for 5 apiece. And then Paddock going 7 1/3, 13 Ks. Maybe we did look at that. I think actually we did now. So anyways, just to reallocate where we're at, we have 2 games left. We split the series with the Phils, at least at a minimum. Would like to win. I said going into this stretch of games against the Nationals and Phillies, a minimum I'd like to win would be 3. I would really, though, like to win 5. So if we can get a win in the next 2, we will be right there. Then we'll take a look at some first half stats afterwards. We'll check out who made it to the All-Star team from the Buccos, and we'll go from there. So, all right, Phillies, win. Oh, God, the creating the baseball card thing again. Hey, highest all-star vote getter, JJ Bleday. Holy shit, nice. Took a 7-0 L, but as I do this, I should save the game. Bleday. I'll have to look at his first half there. I wonder why. Maybe it was just the power the home runs. Hey, chicks dig the long balls. Everyone digs the long balls. All right, let's go. Let's get the 5th win here. Take the series from the Phils. Call it a first half. Okay, well, I don't like that. But can I see the all-star voting here yet? Nope. So Bleday, 24 home runs, 67 RBIs. That's a pretty good first half, if I do say so myself. So let's check on a couple things here. First of which is being the standings. 3.5 up on the Cardinals. So, of course, when we lose our 2 games, they win their 2 games. You can see that by the little graph right there. Shocker, shocker, shocker. They're still 3 up on the second wild card spot, though. So I'm 3 up on them. So I pretty much essentially have a 6.5 game lead on a playoff spot as of the All-Star break, which is pretty good. That's a good way to start the second half of the season with that kind of cushion. So if we look at the team chemistry, it's ecstatic. Atmosphere is off the charts. Nick Madrigal and the leadership has been holding it down. So that's great. I think it was potentially helped by our firing of the pitching coach, who was rubbing everyone the wrong way, it seems like. Oh, and now we're ecstatic. I wonder why. I wonder what changed there, because before they were feuding. But now they're fine. Whatever. So the coaching staff's happy. Our players are happy. And if we go to meet the team, we have a bunch of high-end players on our squad. So we'll go back and let's look at the standings first. The first half. We'll go look at expanded standings. And the Buccos, wow, kind of cooled off a little bit there in terms of run differential. We previously had the second most in the NL, or was it the first most? Yeah, or was it first most? Or was it the most in the NL? But anyways, the Dodgers came out of nowhere, 100 plus 127. Braves plus 94, but we're still sitting at a good spot with plus 87 run differential. We are a legitimate team. We do have quite a favorable record in one-run games, but I mean, so do the Braves, the Phillies as well. Yeah, not bad. Magic number, just got to point that out real quick. Nice, 69. So yeah, tough division here. Toughest division, I would say, and maybe not. AL Central is also difficult too. So there's a lot of teams that suck. It seems like there's a gap between the shit. There's like a lot of shit teams, and there's some decent ones up top. So that's the standings there. Now let's look at the statistics for just our team. Thomas, Brian Hayes, Bleday, and Bohm having an excellent first half of the season, all over 2 WAR, which is great. Great shit. Madrigal and Thomas both have 19 steals. I mean, almost everyone in our lineup has a OPS plus of over 100. We have, Bleday has an OPS of 921. We have 5 other players with an OPS of 800. So, I mean, we can mash the ball. Just absolutely mash it. Let's see, in terms of home runs, a power source there is Bleday. But Beer, Bohm, and Senzel all contributing as well. So it's not just one guy. This is a deep, powerful lineup. And then if you look at our doubles, 28, 21, 21, 21, 15. And we get around. We get around the bases. These are not just singles hitters. And I think that coming into this, I thought Alec Thomas was kind of a singles hitter. Madrigal turns out to be quite a singles hitter. But a lot of these guys can crank it into the corners and into the gaps. And if you look here, grounded to double play, Bohm, 21, Kelly, 13, but then there's such a huge drop-off. We just do not we do not make it easy for the other team, and I think that helps so much. So that's the hitting. The pitching-wise, Brubaker, which is like the surprise of the first half with 1.5 WAR. Rocker, our future stud, who we want to succeed so badly, has turned it around from his first few starts. Previously, his WAR was up, around the 1.5s or 1.4s where it's at now. It dropped a little bit. He's definitely had better starts. He's turned his season around quite a bit. I would expect to see him up there. But the person I'm most impressed with has been Evan Sierra. He is just, he's got BABIP luck for sure, but just his whip, 0.7, less than a home run per 9, very little walks, and that's been consistent with his entire minor league career. K per 9 settles in. It looks like he's at 8 some years, 11, 13. So that 9 settles in where it should be about. Righty throws 95, 97, 4 above average pitches. Just very impressed with him. And then Thomas White, although he sits at a negative WAR right now, I would obviously like that change up to improve a little bit. But a lefty who throws 96, 98 brings the heat. And the Ks per 9 are higher than his career. So are the walks. So I imagine as he grows into it, both of these sets of numbers will come down. Both the walks per 9, both the Ks to 9, to settle into something probably like that 9-3 range there, or that 9-2 range. So impressed by the rookies, or not the rookies. Well, I guess they are technically. Or actually, I don't know. Baseball's weird like that. The call-ups. Let's just call them that. The call-ups. Impressed with them so far. And like I said earlier in one of the videos, this season has kind of been on autopilot. I haven't had to look. We don't have the financial flexibility to make many trades, but we haven't had the need to ship people out because everyone's been playing so well. BABIP wise, let's see. Anyone who gets high a lot of innings that we should be wary of here? No, I mean Brubaker and Fuentes are getting a little bit lucky. Nothing major to expect a huge decrease. And then all the others, actually no, they're a little unlucky. Sorry, I was looking at this from a hitter's perspective. I know I am looking at this from my perspective. Sorry, I've recorded a lot of videos in a row here. But yeah, they're BABIPs, so maybe expect that to get a little better there. And then from a hitting perspective, anyone that we seem is maybe lucky now that we should worry about. Our entire team looks like they've had some BABIP luck going on, so we shall see how that reacts in the second half of the season. So that's the skinny there, and then just look from a statistic perspective from the league. Again, we'll look at National League only, since that's the only real league in the major leagues. Bleday tied for 5th with home runs, tied for 5th with RBI. Thomas tied for 5th with on-base percentage. Bleday tied for 5th with runs. Bohm tied for 6th with hits. Bohm tied for 5th at bats. So you can see it's not just like Bohm tied for 3rd with doubles. It's not just one or two players. Madrigal and Thomas both are tied for 1st with steals. And Royce Lewis, despite being injured, is still probably in that top 10. Madrigal caught stealing 6 times. Bleday with 46 extra base hits. So it's a mix of really everybody contributing. And then pitching leaders here, we'll take a look. Paddock and Beck tied for 4th, or has 1st. Paddock is 1st alone, and then Beck tied for 4th with wins at 11 and 9 respectively. Paddock 5th in ERA. Fuentes 5th in losses. Paddock 6th in walks per 9. Paddock 3rd in home runs against in a bad way. Paddock 5th in K to walk ratio. So Paddock's really leading from the pitching perspective there. So let's take a look at and see actually who is involved in the All-Star game. Who from our team made it? So let's go. Oh, Bleday batting 4th. Boom batting 6th. Hayes batting 9th. And Alec Thomas batting 1st. Holy shit, I can't believe that day has come. 4 Pittsburgh Pirates are in the starting lineup for the National League. That is wild. Let's look at the bench. Do we have any Carson Kelly on the bench for the Buccos? Let's see, anybody else? No, nobody else there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position players made the All-Star team this year from the Pirates. And then we have Chris Paddock. Don't pitch Chris Paddock. And he's the only pitcher. So 6 total players from the Pirates have been chosen for the All-Star game. That makes me feel great. That pumps me up. So we'll sim the All-Star break here. I am curious to see how that went since we had so many in there. So we'll look at the scores real quick, just to appease me. So we'll look at the box score. Thomas went 3 for 3. That's awesome. He had almost half of the NL's hits. Let's see. Any other player? Bleday went 0 for 1. Bohm went 0 for 2. Harper went 0 for 2. Okay, good. Paddock didn't pitch. That makes me happy. Player of the game, Anthony Rendon. What did Rendon do? Can't even find him. There's so many names. Rendon, where are you at? Oh, there he is. Oh, 1 for 2, 3 RBI. Yep, that'll do it in an All-Star game. Wild. Great. Alec Thomas, though, the most hits in the All-Star game. 3 for 3. So we will sim today as well, and we will get one more day of rest. And now we are back to play the Phillies. We pick up where we literally left off in the game against the Phils. And, we'll stop the video here. This will be a short one today, but we are ready to charge back out in the second half of the season behind Chris Paddock, Kumar Rocker. Everything's really working together for us this first half of the season. So I thought I could see the future. I don't know how much I was going to stutter there. When at the beginning of the year, when I was like, hey, I think this is the first year of our championship window. And then we lost those games, and I was like, I look like an idiot. But now I feel great about that prediction, and I feel like this really is a window for our championship. So the pesky Cardinals are going to stay around because they're the fucking pesky Cardinals. There's nothing new there. The Brewers, may fade. But again, I think the important thing to remember is, yes, we are 3.5 up on the NL, or in the Cardinals on the NL Central, but the Cardinals are also up 3 games on the second place wild card team. So really, as it sits right now, we are 6.5 games up on a playoff spot. So that's very encouraging. And I'm curious to see what the schedule looks like. Let's see, when do we face the Cardinals again? So we face, looks like we play the Brewers. The Brewer situation should be decided by the end of August. We have 3, 6. We have 10 games against the Brewers between August 12th and the 31st. So that situation should be decided at the end of that. And then September, we have 6 games against the Cardinals. So this is going to go down probably to the last 2-3 weeks. Yeah, and then 3 in October against them. So this will go down to the wire with the Cardinals. We still have a lot of season left ahead of us, but our peripheral stats are good. We can maybe expect a little bit of a regression to the mean, but we could probably also expect the same for the Cardinals too. So excited to come back, excited to start the second half of the season, and we will continue to just freaking mash the ball. So thanks. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.